Hey, second and third grade, how you guys doing? I hope you all had a fantastic spring break. I did too. So before we get started into Stuart Little, chapter 4, I'd like you guys to do something real quick. Grab two things. Grab a pencil, grab a notebook, pause me if you have to. Let's go. Once you have your pencil and you have your notebook, I want you to write down 5 things. The 5 things that you're going to be writing down are the 5 things that you've enjoyed most about being at home during these times. For example, my 5 things are going outside to do yard work, going for runs. I've enjoyed getting to try reading new books. I've enjoyed spending lots of quality time with my family, and last but not least, I have enjoyed trying lots of different food. So those are my 5 things. Anyway, write those down, pause me if you have to. Otherwise, let's pick up where we left off. So last time we read chapter 3. Chapter 3 was washing up. So if you have not gotten the chance to check out my last video before this one, check it out. Lots of good stuff. Anyways, let's go ahead and start our next chapter, chapter 4. We're moving along real fast here. So this chapter is on exercise. I can't see you guys, but raise your hand if you like exercise. I love exercise. I like to run. I like to do push-ups, all sorts of fun things. I started this workout program that you might not have heard of, but it's called P90X, and it's been fun. Keeps me busy. Otherwise, I'll just drive everyone crazy. Not moving around and doing lots of things, like letting all my energy out. So I've been taking some time and just doing exercises, and it's been fun. It's been good for me. I've enjoyed it a lot. Anyways, enough of me. Let's get started. Alright, so chapter 4, exercise. One fine morning in the month of May, when Stuart was 3 years old, he rose early, as was his custom, washed and dressed himself, took his hat and cane, and went downstairs into the living room to see what he was doing. I think they missed a word. What he was doing. Nobody was around but Snowbell, the white cat belonging to Mrs. Little. Raise your hand if you have pets. Raise your hand if you... Alright, question of the day. Which is best, cats or dogs? Cats? Dogs? Huh. You can ask your family that one. See who likes cats the most, see who wins dogs the most, see if you are the winner. Cats or dogs? Tough caution. Anyway, Snowbell was an early riser, and this morning he was lying on the rug in the middle of the room, thinking about the days when he was just a little kitten. "Good morning," said Stuart. "Hello," replied Snowbell sharply. "You're up early, aren't you?" Stuart looked at his watch. "Yes," he said. "It's only 5 minutes past 6, but I felt good and thought I'd come down and get a little exercise." "I should think you get all the exercise you want up in the bathroom, banging around, waking up the rest of us, trying to get that water started just so you can brush your teeth. Your teeth really aren't big enough to brush anyway. Want to see a good set? Look at mine." Snowbell opened his mouth and showed 2 rows of gleaming white teeth, sharp as needles. "Very nice," said Stuart, "but mine are all right too, even though they're small. As for exercise, I take all I can get. I bet my stomach muscles are firmer than yours." "I bet they're not," said the cat. "I bet they are," said Stuart. "They are like iron bands." "I bet they're not," said the cat. Stuart glanced around the room to see what he could do to prove to Snowbell what good stomach muscles he had. He spied the drawn window shade on the east window, with the shade cord and ring like a trapeze, and gave him an idea. Climbing to the windowsill, he took off his hat and laid down his cane. "You can't do this," he said to the cat, and he ran and jumped onto the ring, the way acrobats do in a circus, meaning to pull himself up. A surprising thing happened. Stuart had taken such a hard jump that it started the shade. You know that sound? With a loud snap, the shade flew up, clear to the top of the window, dragging Stuart along with it, and rolling him inside so that he couldn't budge. "Holy mackerel!" said Snowball. He was almost as surprised as Stuart. "I guess that'll teach him to show off his muscles." "Help! Let me out!" cried Stuart, who was frightened and bruised inside the roll-up shade, and who could hardly breathe. But his voice was so weak that nobody heard. Snowball just chuckled. He was not fond of Stuart, and it didn't bother him at all that Stuart was all wrapped up in a window shade, crying and hurt and unable to get out. Instead of running upstairs and telling Mr. and Mrs. Little about the accident, Stuart did a very curious thing. He glanced around to see if anybody was looking. Then he leapt softly to the windowsill, picked up Stuart's hat and cane in his mouth, carried them to the pantry, and laid them down at the entrance to the mouse hole. When Mrs. Little came down later and found them there, she gave a shrill scream, "Ha!" which brought everybody on the run. "It's happened!" she cried. "What has?" asked her husband. "Stuart's down the mouse hole!" Wow. All right. So that is all of chapter 4. So what do you guys think is going to happen? Are they going to find Stuart ever again? I mean, this is only chapter 4. That would be a very long rest of the book, long rest of the time to not have Stuart. Wow. I don't know. Just something to think about. Are they ever going to find Stuart again? Or is he lost forever? And that was pretty mean of the cat, right? To leave his things in the mouse hole. I'm sure his parents will never think to look in the windowsill. Wow. All right, so boys and girls, we've completed all 4 chapters so far of Stuart Little if you followed along with my little series here. So, I am going to assign you guys a little test. It's not graded or anything like that, but just a small short test on the first 4 chapters, just to make sure that you guys have been following along. So boys and girls, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. I hope you have a fantastic week, keeping up with your schoolwork. Sorry. Spending lots of time with your family, spending lots of time outside. And anyway, guys, I miss you a lot. I hope you're doing well, and have a great day. Bye.